Hiya, so Wayne from UNDONE, just in case you didn't know, but sporting a J-tape cap today. So actually, in fairness, let's just quickly talk about these caps. I already have a couple of favourites. So I really like this J-tape one. I think, I just think it's got a really nice shape. Anyway, look, we're not here to talk about caps. I just wanted to quickly let you know, a lot of you out there, there's a lot of, do a lot of paint work, follow me. So when you do your paint work, you should, after you put your base coats on, you should always be checking the coverage. Make sure you've got no little slight scratches in your paint work, the coverage is good, make sure the primer is not going to show through. So what I use is the Scangrip. I bought a set of these, came with this one, a little pen light, and the sort of slightly larger squared one. But to be honest, 95% of the time I use that. I've used the larger square one, but only at home painting, just to lighten up the room, make sure I got good coverage on it. But at work, this is the one. This is my go-to torch. It's rechargeable. Charge on it is brilliant. Holds its charge for ages, and even when it doesn't, you've got a little light counter there. You can just put it on to charge. Sits in a little cradle. Doesn't take long. I think it's about an hour or 2 hours to charge it up. This is the older version. So this one is only got two sort of colour differences, if you can see. Dims down. You've got two colour brightnesses. The new one has 5. So that's pretty cool. That's going to give you a much better light selection to see what you're repairing and how it works. I'm not going to lie, I don't know too much about it, so I'm not even going to bother trying to explain all of that. I just know that this works. So got a little magnetic base on it, obviously that twists round. If you need to put it on a base, you can. It's got a hook. None of those features I've actually used. Oh, in fairness, I did use this little magnetic base once. What happened was I was plastic welding Volvo bumper underneath. I had to get right underneath the bumper, so I was on the floor, just by where the exhaust mounts. So I needed to put it in there, so I had it in there like that. Did the weld, did all that, all really good, great. It's just that, a couple of little staple pins just to hold it in for the customer. Got out, got distracted with stuff like I normally do, and that was it. Customer picked the car up, job done. 3 o'clock comes. I normally start painting around 3. I'm looking everywhere for my little sunlight torch, everywhere. And I think, where the hell have I put that? Bing, bing! I'd left it stuck underneath the Volvo. The Volvo, so I quickly rang my mate. I said, look, Russ, I think I've left my torch underneath your boss's car. He says, I'm in a meeting right now. I can see it there, it's in the car park, I'll go and check it. But, give me 20 minutes. Sure enough. Brings back, it's there. This torch, obviously it had no charge left on it because it had been, what was it, probably 30 miles down the road, was still stuck underneath the back of this car where I'd been where I'd done the repair on the plastic. So I'm impressed. I think it's brilliant. And when Russell came and took it out of the car, he said, and brought it back to me, he said, it was only just there lightly. He said, I jiggled around and came off easy, but obviously the magnet was strong enough to hold it there. I thanked my lucky stars that day, because they're not cheap. There are cheaper ones on the market, but you pay for what you get. And in this instance, apart from the fact that it works when I'm painting and sort of highlights any defects or anything like that I might need to be aware of, or if I haven't got enough coverage on the primer, apart from doing what it should do, the magnetic base meant I didn't have to buy another one. So I'm really glad I went for that. Little story there, got a little sidetracked. But if you don't have one of these of some kind, obviously you should think about it, because it's a good way of inspecting your job and just making sure you get the right thing out there. Brilliant. Have a lovely day, and don't forget, if you've got any questions, whiz them over to me. Quite happy to answer them, and thanks for following me. Cheers now. Bye.